All right, it's a bit weak. I can extract more sweetness. It's a bit weak. It's a bit watery. I need to extract a bit more. This is my second video of my journey about brewing the Moka Pot on induction stove. In the previous video, we saw me doing my first coffee using the induction hob, using the Carmencita Pro from Lavazza. The result wasn't 100% satisfying, but wasn't bad. It was actually a good start. And so I was thinking, okay, let's continue to make a series of videos where I can change some variables and try to make the coffee better, right? For my taste, of course. And then I was thinking, why don't you use this kind of like video series where I brew coffee, now in this case with the induction hob, to share with you some more information about brewing with Moka Pot, like for example changing one variable at a time and guiding you to what actually that variable is going to change in your cup, so I can brew the coffee and share my opinion, feedback, so you can also try it at home, and then you can leave the comments in the section and share feedbacks. We can exchange some ideas also, and also talk of course about coffee, the coffee that we gonna achieve in the cup. It's my idea, so let me know what you think. Comment if you think that this is a good idea, it can be helpful, because if everybody says no, this is not helpful, don't do that. So okay, I'm not going to do it. But if you think that is helpful, I am going to continue to do this. Anyway, in this video, I will do that. Then we will see in the next ones what we are going to do. All right, so let's rewind. In the previous video, I made my first coffee. I wasn't 100% satisfied. It was higher in acidity, not enough sweet, and was a bit watery, and I remember it was with a short aftertaste. So what to change? How can I brew the coffee that I like? If, let's say, I want a sweeter coffee, more intense, I need to change something. The first variable that came in mind, every time, all right, I need to change something, I need to brew something stronger, something more extracted, is changing the grind size. Grinding finer. Grinding finer, of course, it will help to increase the contact time, because there is going to be more resistance in the basket, and also it will increase the contact surface in between coffee and water, because we have smaller particles of coffee, okay? So there is more area, surface, where the water can, let's say, extract coffee. I was about to say attack, but that is not the right word. All right, so it will increase the extraction, even at the same time, okay? That is one way. There are other ways, okay? For example, changing the brewing ratio, but I don't want to talk about that in this video. Let's talk only about one variable, and that is the grind size, okay? Because as I always say, in coffee, it's very important to change one variable at a time to understand how this change affects the cup compared to the previous one, okay? So we can compare it. So I am going to brew the same coffee that I brewed in the previous video. This is a Wash Colombia, come from local roastery. It's a medium roasted coffee. All right, so last time I did 18 grams, and I will keep 18 grams. Okay. 18 grams. And last time I ground the coffee using the Timor Sculpture 78S at 6. I will use the same grinder, but I will grind finer. So let's say 5. Now we have our doughs. Let's place the coffee in the basket. And as I did last time, I'm gonna help myself with the dosing ring and also with the WDT tool, because this is just make my life easier. I said it last time and I repeated also in this video, and probably I will repeat it in every single video, is that distribution of the coffee in the basket is the most important thing in coffee, okay? Especially in espresso and moka pots, because we are dealing with fine coffee particles, and to avoid channeling and avoid other problem, like for example uneven extraction, we need to take care of this step. So distribution is the most important thing, okay? If the distribution is good, you are halfway to a delicious cup of coffee, period. Now, coffee is done, let's put it on the side. Okay, water. Water, last time I put was 150 grams at room temperature, and I will keep the same, okay? We are not changing the brewing ratio. We can, of course, we can, but not this time. Okay, so 150, okay, precise. Basket in with the coffee. Again, no paper filter this time. We can, of course, but not this time. I'm using the Lavazza Pro filter that is coming with the pot, of course. Close, and it's time to place the pot on the stove. This time I'm going to use a timer to, let's say, time the extraction, time the period where the coffee starts to come out, okay? I didn't do it last time because I was trying to figure it out first how this induction unit was working. Still figure it out anyway, but this time I'm going to use a timer because we need some references, okay? Let's power up. I keep the power at 1200 like it was last time, because I don't want to play yet with the induction hob. I'm just like changing the variables, and this is actually very useful in the meantime that, oh, the timer, okay, forgot the timer, it's okay, 10 seconds. All right, so because one very important thing that I want just to say before the coffee starts to come out is that every tips that I give about this, for example, grind size or ratio, we were working about this distributing coffee, everything what I'm saying, you know, the tips that I want to share with you are useful for every single moka pot, size, different heat sources, induction electric or gas stove. This is not essential right now, there is no problem. So this is mainly brewing tips. We're talking about coffee and water, so it doesn't matter which pot you're using, size, bigger or smaller, or different heat sources. So just not everything, and you can use it with yours. Then, of course, if we are talking about variable in induction, of course, we're talking about induction. But for now, we stick with basics, okay? That everybody can use it, so you don't need to worry if I'm using induction hob with a Carmencita, because you can replicate this with Bialetti and gas stove. Perfect. Now, it's getting hot. Okay, I want to see now what temperature the coffee will come out. Last time it was, I think, like 50 degrees, something like that. Time, I don't have any reference, but I will get it from this one. I think something is moving. Seems like it's coming very soon. In fact, here it is. All right, so let's decrease the power to, let's say, 800. Coffee 50, so didn't change much the temperature, 52. Okay, Didn't change much the temperature, didn't create, maybe didn't create enough resistance, we will see this. But my main goal with this coffee is to achieve a sweeter cup, okay? That is my main goal. Let's decrease more, 600. And let's see, perfect. Off. All right. I need to figure out how it works this still. All right, I will go there. I will arrive to that point. All right, let's say the coffee took 40, 50, okay, almost 5 minutes total. It came out, it was 340, 350. This is a good reference for me and I can put in the notebook later. Okay, now what we need to do is taste the coffee. Okay, let's keep this on the side. Spoon. So another thing I want to say is that thank you very much for a lot of comments that I saw in the first video, a lot of very good information about how to manage the power, the temperature in the induction hob. I will note everything, and when we arrive to the point of brewing the coffee, managing the variables of how much power should we put on the induction, I will get these notes back, and so I am ready to try some different way of brewing the coffee with a different temperature and power using, of course, the induction hob. We're ready to taste it. Okay, let's see if by grinding finer, slightly finer, something changed in the cup. Okay, the coffee is sweeter, more intense, also has a longer aftertaste, longer than before. Still a bit weak for my preference. Now, okay, yeah, let's say that maybe for me this is weak, but not for you. Let's remember that I'm Italian and we are used to very intense stuff, okay? It's not bad, it's sweeter than the previous one. Maybe we are getting there. Okay, so let's check with the refractometer. Let's see also the difference in intensity. This is a good information for me to understand, you know, it worked, didn't work. Let's see. Okay, the previous TDS was at 380, I think. I'm gonna put the frame from the previous video there. So you're gonna see, I think it was 380. And now the TDS is 4.7, higher. And that, of course, I mean, that is a good answer for the fact that we ground the coffee finer. As I said, we increase the contact surface in between coffee and water. The water can extract more solids from the coffee at the same time, okay, with the same ratio, and that's why we got an higher TDS. This fact of changing the grind size is good when you have a weak coffee, okay, so coffee is like, okay, I want more intensity in this cup, and it tastes a bit sour. I wouldn't say sour, I will say more acidic, okay? So if I have a coffee that tastes a bit weak, and also with acidity up front, that means that you need to grind finer. Okay, because we need to increase this extraction. Acidity is one of the first compounds that is extracted in coffee, so it means that the water stops there, so extracting more acidity compared to sweetness and bitterness. So if the coffee has a lot of acidity, it means that it is under extracted, okay? We need to push this extraction a bit more. There are different ways, okay, to increase this extraction, but in this case, because it's watery, okay, so it means that it's a lower intensity and also lower extraction, we grind finer and we basically gain both things, so sweeter and also more intense, as we can see here with the numbers. With the taste, you need to trust me, because you cannot taste it, but because I'm here to help, I'm not here to lie to you, I could say that this is sweeter, okay? It's not perfect, is sweeter. This is a good step forward for me, brew the coffee with the induction hob. Now, I'm going to continue to drink my coffee because it's good. Because I wanted to drink a coffee, so that's why I made a video. But also to share with you some information and share with you my journey, of course. Yeah, it's sweeter, absolutely. That's a good coffee. All right, so that's it. That was the video, the second episode, okay? Now, let's continue to interact, let's continue to engage, and let's see what the third episode is going to be. And yeah, I'm very excited about this. So it's cool. It's cool. I hope that you like it as well. So just show me your love. If you have any question, of course, drop them. I'm going to look at them. And let's see for the next video what we're going to do, which kind of variable we're going to talk about, how can I improve even more this coffee brewed with the same pot and same grinder, same water, and the same stove. This is the end of the video, and I want to thank you as always. I will see you in the next one, and in the meantime, I wish you a wonderful day and, of course, delicious coffee. Ciao!